Look at it! No!
We won't see any of these bastards back here again.
Over there! There's one of them burning! Doesn't like fire, does it? He's dead! Over there! There's one of them
I cannot enter. Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
It's this first, you see. I need a drink. I'm so thirsty. As one we shall overcome this.
This place reeks of bloodshed.
I had a drink outside tonight already and it did not quench my thirst. I must have more.
Oh dear God.
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
I knew him well, and not...
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by Skal?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you... like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders. Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat, and we can leave this awful place.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed his drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
Yes, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... what manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that Skal. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it! I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again. From a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed, and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness! I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy?
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
It's locked, all right.
You can do better than that. Nah. It's my turn.
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the source of life. Drink at this river, dry it all.
Bastard gave me a good Oh, come on, you bastard. I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got.
Name's Clay Cox.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
the back, you bastard! Didn't have the guts to fight me. Fuck you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
Taste a life, to embrace its most intimate secrets. Such a burden, such a divine sin.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff.
I apologize, nurse. I needed some time to
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a
Thank you, nurse. What?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet off.
Thank you. Nurse...
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke.
I would like to ask if you... And Mr...
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep.
What kind of...
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known...
It's right to assume Dr...
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has...
Apologies.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Safer here than anywhere else in the East End.
Good evening, sir.
I've already heard about you.
That's quite a blunt...
You can call me Milton. I like to...
I'm not sure I understand...
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm...
You have a keen eye.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed.
I'd like to see your...
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gu...
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
Fear of disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
It's locked.
Not now!
It's locked, all right. This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin. The flower's dying. It needs water. William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I'm... Must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now. If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood? Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted.
What type of hospital are you?
You have been away too long, Doctor.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage...
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household
The
chemicals...
storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke. And
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
it's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to...
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way, then. Thank you, nurse.
Yes, Doctor?
Why then do you always work the nights? Don't you ever sleep?
At the Pembroke, we're always...
Lack of sleep and the medical profession...
London's trenches start here at Pembroke Hospital.
Your dedication to the Pembroke...
We staff get our sleep when we can, Doctor. Nursing is a vocation.
That's all. I cannot enter. Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody... It's locked. Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza. This key will surely grant me access to the basement. I cannot enter. Balls of Mars, fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful. It's locked. Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this. These scowls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting. These scowls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood. It's locked, all right.
Lucky to have Dr. Reed, you know. I met him in New York once.
If only there were more of us. Less resignation.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic?
I retrieved your wallet. With all the money, and...
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples.
Maybe you're right. But we
You do?
Come on, Dr. Reed.
Do you need any medical help, Milton?
I'm fine, Doc. Physically, at least.
Goodbye, Milton. Good evening, nurse. And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Well, it's a euphemism.
Do you need medical help?
I'm fine.
Pepper, I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes? Milton Hooks is my man.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins.
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a...
Is he worth the...
Hey, I'm no perfect woman.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. It's locked.
Too much energy for so little result.
This hospital seems to be... Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this...
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to...
How can we be sure we're making a difference?
You always knew the word kindly, children. I will not let you down, my boy.
Good evening, sir.
Reed, yes, I've been in...
Does my arrival...
Let us just say that I don't particularly share
I don't know what you've...
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive.
And what exactly?
I served in the war, just like you. But
Be careful what you insinuate.
I only want you to admit you used...
Knowledge.
It is not a question of...
It seems you have...
I refuse to see this in...
We can at least agree on something. Thank you for your time. We'll talk later. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed.
I don't know if a third opinion is needed.
I see.
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody...
Tell me about yourself.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed.
I was more curious about what you were doing.
I'm a carpenter. And a good...
Tell me about the doctors.
Strickland and Aykroyd.
What do you mean? Are you...
Well, it's clear that
I won't lie.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself?
In other circumstances, you would be... Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
My sweet girl. Bring it to my foot. I'll never...
Good evening, madam. Can I...
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick. Good evening.
No.
Really?
I don't want to talk. My throat...
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here.
Yes. And...
Could you at least tell me your name?
Mortimer.
Do you need any help? You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
How painful is your throat?
So painful, I'd rather not talk.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient...
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not...
Yes, maybe.
How painful...
So painful, I'd rather...
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me, what a blundering idiot.
Wasted too much energy.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Pepper, are you sure you want to leave this hospital?
To become a nurse was a little girl's dream.
You should be proud of what you've achieved.
Maybe you're right, but at the my sister believes that the
And what about Milton Hooks?
For Milton, any...
If you feel that saving lives is not useful...
On the contrary, my faith has never...
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. It's locked. Good evening, Mr.
Dr. Reed.
What do you mean?
I was not my...
You remained perfectly...
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief.
Have you made...
Not really.
What? You never...
You're preaching to the converted.
How do you...
I feel exhausted.
You're in good hands here.
Thank you, sir.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
I wish I could be sick again. Feel my blood boil with the fever.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea. But my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
It may seem...
Forgive me.
Thank you. But I'd rather you didn't...
Very well.
Please.
The Pembroke only...
A spokesman, or...
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury...
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like...
Accepted.